I don't care if she told you if it's just a rash. She got a disease, bruh. If you up, smash that motherfucking like button. Welcome to Black and Black Times of Infinity. I'm your interim host, oldest ninja in the world, and on my left, your boy Blue.
Code's got more variants than a TVA. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and on my right, choking people out, spinning those ones and twos for your ass, Cronus.
And she said it's just a rash, but it's crawling up her ass.
Oh, baby, you!
I remember that rhyme we used to do it back in school.
Oh, man. We back up in here for another week of your weekly dose of dankness.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
Pause it for a minute. I gotta pull everything up because I just updated my computer. So
I was gonna say we got some statistics for your ass.
All black,
it'll be done
all the time.
Blue.
Let's see.
Blue, what you sipping on? What's in that mason jar you got?
So Costco had like this variant package of fucking like these on the rock cocktails. Basically, it's like pre-made drinks in glass bottles, and you just pour it over ice. So the one I'm drinking right now is a jalapeno pineapple margarita. It's pretty goddamn good.
I'm not a fan of jalapeno margaritas.
Oh,
that's just me. I know a lot of people like them. I know a lot of people drink them. There was a mango jalapeno one I tried. It's just not me. I like them sweet.
I need to. I should have put some tahini on the rim of the glass because that should have made it fucking perfect. It was kind of cool. So they had 6 different cocktails in it, and there was this pineapple margarita, there's regular margarita, there was an old fashioned, a cosmopolitan. Is that what it's called? Yeah.
Yeah.
A Cosmo. There was a mule, and there was one more. I can't think what the other one was, but so far I've had the old fashioned was pretty good. I mean, I've had it before because I've had the on the rocks drinks before, but yeah, this one's actually pretty tasty. I just wish I would have salted the rim.
Oh.
And not the butthole.
Oh man.
Nobody was thinking that, but okay, Blue, thank you.
Yeah. All right.
One of the listeners out there was thinking that. I'm pretty sure they were like, "Oh, you gonna salt the rim?"
I wonder if people do salt the rim for eating ass. I mean, that'd be just saltier ass, to me.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Only thing I have here is jelly. That's the rock.
The peanut butter smack.
Cronus, you got those statistics for us.
I do. Listener of the week would be Waverly Earp, who actually commented on one of our tracks on SoundCloud, talking about she wished she was us because we got to interview. Pretty sure it was Dominic Provost Chalky and
DPC
Anderson, and I'm pretty sure she listened to both episodes, maybe a couple more. So yeah, thanks for listening. We appreciate it. And also, listener of the week again, that's up there is Kimberly again, whoever that person is. Thank you.
Yeah. Hopefully she's telling her friends about us.
Well, somebody's telling somebody because our numbers for the past probably 2 months have been really good on SoundCloud, on just audio only. That's the way normally people consume their podcasts is through audio only, not through YouTube. So if you look up our numbers on YouTube, they're not that great. But if you look it up on SoundCloud, you can't see it because it's hidden, bitch. Ha ha! But yeah, they're looking really good.
Who's in the chat? We got folks in the chat?
Not yet.
Nobody has said anything yet in the chat, but I'm sure they will soon. Right after I say this, they're probably going to mention something. So, but whatever.
Yeah.
So hold on, real quick. Shout out to Kip and Cal Comics. I'm wearing one of their shirts.
Oh,
nice.
Yeah.
Is that Skeletor?
I don't know what comic this is from, but it's pretty badass dude with a claw arm. It kind of looks like Skeletor, but he has a crazy robot claw arm and then a crab claw arm.
Yeah, he looks like Skeletor. It looks like Skeletor in like a bug chair or something. I don't know.
He's from a comic, but I can't remember the name of it. It has a pretty badass, almost metal looking cover. I forget what the fuck it's called though. I got it on the trade, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, it looks pretty fucking dope. Does he have a cloak on?
Yeah. And in the cloak, it's another universe in the cloak, and there's skulls and shit. Yeah, it's badass.
That's pretty dope.
Badass cyborg skeleton dude.
Are they done expanding their location? Because I remember last time, or at least before the pandemic or during the pandemic, I think they took over the building next door and they were like knocking down walls.
They did, and I believe they're done. And I think they just opened back up last week or a week or so ago. So I believe they're open now
Nice.
to the public. Because before you had to go up to like a window and like get all your stuff, which is, I mean, you can still get your comics, which is cool, but now you get to see like their whole new location. And I know Elusive Comics also did an expansion on their location, so that's really cool.
So Elusive moved.
Oh,
Because
they
I was
moved.
there to go pick up some comics. Yeah, they moved to a different location, and it looks like they combined their tabletop area, their tabletop store, and their comic shop into one big store. And it's right next to a Bed Bath and Beyond. So it's like, oh, it's super weird because like the entryway is like really small, but when you walk in, it goes like all the way back, and it's like it's super different for me. They had just moved like literally 3 weeks ago. I really like their old spot because they had a podcast room. So I don't know if they still have it, if they're going to build one or whatnot, but they're still kind of like unpacking. But the store's up and running, so if you're down in the Bay Area, in the South Bay, look for Elusive Comics. I know Bunny Man, he likes that place.
Bunny Man
That's
goes
where he
everywhere
went.
for comics now.
Wait, what?
Bunny Man goes everywhere for comics now. He's like building his own little comic empire.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
We
I know.
did a podcast from that location, right?
Yeah, well, from their previous location, but yes, we did
Yeah.
podcasts with them, and I like their setup, their old setup. I'm hoping they're able to bring back a podcast room. I don't know, but we'll see. But
Patrick.
their store looks bigger now.
Patrick is in the chat. He's the first in the chat. What's going on, Patrick? He's on
Oh, yeah.
back in our zip code, or not our zip code, back in our area code.
Back in
time
Alameda?
zone. He's back in our time zone.
Oh,
He's down
Okay.
in Carlsbad right now. So Southern
Well-
California.
so he's in the same state.
Yeah, and he's gonna meet up
Yeah.
with I think Prodigy tomorrow. So yeah.
Oh, right
Right
on.
down in South Bay, or not South Bay.
SoCal.
SoCal. Yeah, Carlsbad is in
So weird.
SoCal.
Yeah. So anybody who's like new to the show, like we've done a few events, like live podcasts from comic book stores, and they were always so much fun. Like having people sitting there sitting in chairs, and we had like this little corner and stuff like that, and people would come in and shop for comics, like, oh, what the hell's going on? Like, oh, it's a podcast, and they'll sit down and kind of listen in and call people out. No.
You.
But it was cool. Like I remember when we did at Cape and Cow, like having Eton there, because that guy is like a comic encyclopedia, and so he was basically like the eighth member of the podcast outside of the audience and stuff like that. That was really really fun.
Right on.
I mean,
You know,
I hope we get back to that.
I still haven't been to Cape and Cow.
Really?
Yeah, never been.
Damn.
Because like I live right next to Treasure Island, so
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Well, you
Treasure
should-
Island's like, no, I still live near them. Even though they moved, they're still close by. There's actually a new comic book store that opened up near me. They're in the mall and they do a live podcast from their store, but they're still selling as they're doing their podcast. Because I didn't know that he was live. Well, he was literally talking about the stuff that we had just talked about the day before, and I was trying to get my comics from them, and he had to pause his podcast. He's like, "Oh, trying to prove to his audience like they were a fully operating store," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to get my comics." It was all.
It'd be fun. I think I don't remember what podcast did it, but I remember at Silicon Valley Comic Con, there was somebody that had a table set up and they were live podcasting, and like I guess you could like sit down and podcast with them. That'd be
I
something
think-
cool to do.
I think that was the One Life Left podcast.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was.
They were hilarious.
We can do that
Yeah.
too. I mean, we have the capability.
Yeah, we do, but it was
But
weird
we're-
because
We should be doing panels. You know how we do it.
Oh, yeah.
Or we did
Anyway,
one.
I got to go back. I got to do this RIP though, because
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
all over the place. We got to do a RIP for Marcel Theo Hall, better known as Biz Marquis. He was known as the Clown Prince of Hip Hop, and he was a DJ, a rapper, a singer, songwriter, and a producer. In
Yeah,
1980, in 1989, he had a hit single "Just a Friend," which was in the top 40 in most parts of the entire world. In the 1990s, Biz was part of a landmark lawsuit from his song "Alone Again" off his third studio album "I Need a Haircut," where that case altered the landscape of hip-hop, finding that all samples must be cleared with the original artist before being used.
Oh wow.
He made several TV appearances, including in Living Color, Yo Gabba Gabba, Wild 'N Out, Fastlane, and Blackish. He's the Andy Milonakis show. He's been on a bunch of shows. He's also made appearances in films such as Meteor Man, Sharknado 2: The Second, and Men in Black.
Yep.
That's right.
Oh, I forgot. If I mentioned Blackish, there's a TV show he's on. There is a remix version of Just a Friend by Mario, but Biz Markie performs the hook on the song. On July 1st, we had said on our podcast that he had already passed away due to breaking information. However, that was not true. He was just hospitalized due to complications from type 2 diabetes. 15 days later, he passed away. He was 57. Yeah, I had a chance to meet Biz Markie in the late '90s, and he's a really cool dude. I mean, he's actually a really huge guy, really big dude. He's like, I could have sworn he's probably like 6'6", 6'7", maybe. I don't know. He's up there. He's definitely over 6 feet, but he could definitely beatbox. Like he was beatboxing, and he beatboxed for the rapper Ahmad, where he had basically just come out with a new single and whatnot, and they were performing during my college's spring break, and it was a really interesting experience. There's a lot of shit happening that
Well,
week.
it was kind of cool because in Men in Black, he played an alien that beatbox, and that's the way they communicate with each other. So him and Will Smith were like beatboxing for a bit in the show. But I think I want to say, was he also in Gumball? Because there was a beatboxing character in that. Man,
He might have been. I know he's on Yo Gabba Gabba. He also toured with them. So
Yeah.
Yo Gabba Gabba Live, he went on tour with them. He sat in with the Roots a couple times. What was the other one? Celebrity Fit Club or Fitness Club, where he was on the show to lose weight, and he lost the most weight throughout the show, more than any of the other celebrities. So there's that. He's been all over like pop culture stuff, just for that one song, and he's been featured on a lot of stuff. He's been producing other people and whatnot. He's been able to stay relevant all the way up until literally last year. One of the popular Sirius XM radio stations, which is LL Cool J's Rock the Bell station, he had his own show on there. So, and right now, Tom Morello, he has a show on there as well. Like a lot of stars are branching out to other stuff besides just music and
Did you say Rock the
TV.
Bells?
I guess. Mm-hmm.
Rock the Bells is it's a LL Cool J.
A concert.
No,
It's a what?
LL Cool J channel on Sirius XM.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said Biz Markie.
Well, Biz Markie had a show on that channel.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, he had a. I lost the name of the show. What's it called?
I don't know.
Cronus, do you have free XM right now in your car?
Yeah, well,
Oh,
I
that's
pay
how
for
you
it
know?
now. Yeah,
you pay for it.
and I listen to Rock the Bells. So that's
Yeah,
all I was like-
Rock the Bells Radio, channel 43 on Sirius XM. It's
I can't- I'm kind of surprised that XM radio is still like thriving. Like,
Mhm. Me too.
Well, I mean, it's kind of cool because, I mean, for me, I can still listen to some new music.
yeah.
And listen to old music too, and it's just like it's non-curated, so it's kind of nice to like hear some new stuff, especially like so I listen to the metal channel a lot, and then some of the hip hop channels, but I have the modern hip hop channel on there, but most of the songs that are on there are like trash. But then I heard that Moneybagg Yo song, fucking, I forget what the name of that song is. Like I don't trust nobody. I forget what. Oh, I got time today. I fucking love that song. I love that song. I never heard about it was it not for Sirius XM. So
Yeah, I used to, when I had my G35, like I subscribed to, I had Sirius Radio on that before they merged together. But like, the one thing I love with the comedy stations and the fact that with satellite radio is that wherever you go, the stations are always the same. You don't have to like try to search for a station, or whatever. But like now with like Amazon Prime, like Amazon Music and like Spotify, stuff like that, like I mainly just listen to that, or I'm mainly just listening to a podcast. I rarely ever listen to music anymore.
well, I listen to like a lot.
Well, actually, take that back. I listen to lullabies for Little Bash. So
Man, I listen to a lot of books, but I'm trying to listen to like more music because, trying to get Riley into more music. Just listens to a lot of music. And so we listen to like books like on the way home from school. So if she's tired, she can take a nap. Other than that, like I put on, usually like either Lithium or
Oh, Lithium's a good station.
yeah, Rock the Bells, and there's a couple other ones too. Not Octane, but there's like a Turbo. Listen to Turbo, and like another one. And she knows like a lot of the songs now. It's kind of hilarious.
It's awesome.
Yeah,
Have y'all heard that song "Build a Bitch"?
Oh yeah, by the TikToker chick. What's her name?
Yeah, I remember her name.
I saw there's a music video in
Oh god.
Khalifa's in there. Mia Khalifa. Yeah, she's in there. It's a catchy little song, and the chick who sings it, she's not bad on the eyes.
That's. I'm pretty sure she's a teenager, but
No, she's over 21.
I have no idea. I just heard.
I do know. That's why I said.
His dick was in his hand. He's like, wait a minute, how old is she?
Yeah.
Like, wait, hold up.
Yeah, I guess Blue did his research then. What were you gonna say, Blue? You trying to? What were you getting at?
I forgot what I was gonna fucking say.
All right, should we get into these topics then?
Yes.
Yeah, where are we gonna go first?
What was it? Oh, I really wish Stitch and Prodigy were here, but I guess we can. I don't know if we want to talk about or we can skip it. This blurred con stuff. I mean, we can wait till next week because it's still gonna.
No, we can talk about
It's
it.
still kind of breaking.
Ah,
Yeah, it's breaking.
I think we
news.
can talk about it.
We can't, because I have no idea when Sid's gonna come back on. First of all, and then Prodigy is kind of in the wind as well. His kids just started school today, and they're still trying to find a place to. I mean, obviously they're living somewhere, but they're on the hunt for a house. So
Mhm.
we
Yeah.
can talk about whatever. Yeah,
they're homeless.
They're home, just like I was homeless when I came back from Qatar.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, let's talk about it because I was was reading some of the comments of the post and I was like, damn, this is crazy.
Yeah, so apparently Blurred Con, which is in Atlanta, Georgia, happened over the weekend, and I guess so. There's a as most cons do, they have like a cosplay contest, and in the contest, some basically a white lady, she won the
A
contest.
snow bunny. Say it right.
Yeah. Well, sure, as Prodigy would say.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure what the real issue was, but there seems to be 3 issues with this contest. So one of them is her cosplay. So there's the debate is her cosplay store bought or did she make it? And there's this huge split between those who made their own cosplay and then those who, buy it. How much, flack did they get? And then there's the issue about her being white and winning this contest and her being at BlurredCon, where people are making death threats to this person who showed up to a public event, a public con, and is getting death threats because she won a competition where she probably won like a Funko Pop or maybe $500 or something. Have y'all heard anything about this or no?
Yeah, I heard about it. I was actually looking up the actual winning cosplay, and I'm like, yeah, it's kind of basic, but I also don't know what the other competitors look like.
Yeah.
So I guess if they're all like kind of terrible. Oh no, okay. So they're showing somebody else, and yeah, her shit looked pretty dope.
Yeah, the problem that I've been having is that people have been posting up other cosplayers from the con and saying, hey, this person had this outfit, how come they didn't win? Further investigation finds out that they did not enter the contest.
Yeah.
They were just attending, and someone took that picture. So there's been a lot of back and forth about, oh, this cosplay's better. The question comes down to, did they enter the contest? Because you can't just give out random winners to people you should see if they don't enter the contest. So if you don't enter the contest, you're not eligible to win. So there's been I've been trying to get information from people who actually attended the con. I've gotten a little bit of information from people who worked the con saying that this has been super weird because there's been other issues that people completely ignore, like a domestic dispute case that happened where a man physically beat his partner in front of like a bunch of onlookers. The fact that in order to attend the con, you needed your vaccination card, and people showed up without it, and so they threw a fit when they wouldn't let them in, so they decided to trash the registration booth. These things are completely ignored. Everyone's focusing on that this white woman won a cosplay contest in a maybe store bought, maybe not outfit or cosplay.
Well, it doesn't. I mean,
Well,
store bought or not? Can I hold on? I'll pull it over so everybody can see in the live stream. This is who won. Apparently, who won the competition. I'm just like, okay, like it. I mean, it looks okay. It's like I'm not blown away. Like I've seen obviously, but I've also been to like a lot of cons.
yeah.
So and taking a lot of pictures of cosplayers and yeah, I mean it's cool and all, but if that was the best one they had, like okay, but I guess we'd have to see like the rest of whoever else was in the competition. That's what I'm not seeing at this point in time. I don't see who else was in the competition because yeah, I could definitely see how there could be worse cosplays out there than this, but this one just doesn't blow me away. I mean, it's a cosplay, so yeah.
And like most, not most, I'm not gonna say most, but a lot of people who cosplay, some of their stuff it's not store bought. There's like cosplay outfit makers out there. Like you can buy some dope ass looking stuff. Like even specific like type of shoes you can buy for cosplay. Like my one of my friends, she cosplay as Gwen Stacy, Spider Woman, and like I was talking with her, she's like, yeah, she purchased her costume because the costume that she purchased for, like the actual shoes are built into the fucking suit, and like it's just like that brand is like the well-known brand for buying like Spider-Man cosplay outfits. So if she bought the costume, I mean that's big up to her. Like, but like those who do like spend like a bunch of money like actually designing and creating their own, like that shit is a fucking skill and talent. Like that's something you have to like really get your craft into. So the fact that if she bought her costume, I don't really care about that. And like the fact that I want to see who else was participating, because if she had the shittiest outfit and she still won, I'm like, okay, something's up. But if like the other costumes weren't that great either, it's like, look, a lot of black people get slack, or not, they get shit for cosplaying, and they get kicked out. They don't get kicked out, but they're like, the people are telling them like, hey, you shouldn't be cosplaying as this character. That character isn't black. Like, we need to stop like judging people and just come together and just fucking have fun. I mean, the thing is called Blurred's Con, but it's all about coming together, having fun, and having a good time. So them giving this woman death threats and stuff like that shit should just stop. Like, she's a nerd like you, just because she's a little bit on the hueless side, like Monty said. That shit fucking
That's
like,
awesome.
just gotta have a good fucking time, man.
I mean, I've just seen so many people so mad
Yes.
because they're just like, we can't have anything to ourselves. We need to make this for just us only, us meaning black people only. I'm like, this is a public event. You do realize that trying to discriminate against other ethnicities coming to you get sued into oblivion. The con would never be ever to open again. Like, I understand that the name is Blurred Con, but it's still a public event. People go to this event, and there are a lot of black people in Atlanta, and from what I saw, there were a ton of black people attending this con, but I'm also hearing that there's a lot of issues with this con, and this being, for some strange reason, the most prominent versus domestic abuse and patrons attacking the event goers. So I think there's just too much focused on like trivial stuff. Like what someone else brought up too is that other white people have won this contest at this very con. So I'm not so sure why people are so upset that this one particular lady won, and like why people, when I say cosplay is for everyone, as we have said in this podcast in the past, everyone else is like, oh, why are you defending this person? And they get super mad. Well, I'm like, well, dude, if this were the other way around, you would best believe the African American blurred community would be super loud about being, discriminated against. So I just think that we need to, the judges should probably explain why they chose this winner. That would probably quell a lot of this hatred. And I think that there should be some investigations if there was violence at this con. So, it is what it is. So we'll see what happens in 2022 Blur.
All right. Well, this is everything that I've heard, like coming out of the con. Obviously, I wasn't there because I'm still staying my ass at home. I'm nowhere near Atlanta. So, but I mean, it's unfortunate that all those things occurred. And I don't blame it on the people that put on the event or even the event in general. I mean, if you have people that are committing violence at the event, that's not on the fucking organizers. If you have people that didn't understand they need to have vaccination cards, that might be on the organizers. But I'm pretty sure they would have put in there somewhere when you signed up that you need to be vaccinated. So I don't put that on the organizers if they did that, which is any reasonable person would do. And even this, a white girl winning the competition, I don't put that on organizers either. Maybe the judges, but even the judges is like I need to see what were the other cosplayers cosplaying as, and if she was the best one, then she was the best one. I don't want it to. How do I say it without being a fucking asshole? But it's like if you're gonna have like a blurred con and you want to have like black things, black things still need to include other people, or we're gonna fall into a similar trap as the things that we're fighting against, which is like discrimination. So on that aspect, like it's like, hey, if this really was the best one, then you can't discriminate just because she happens to be white. So yeah, it's really unfortunate that all that should happen. But at the same time, like I totally get, hey, it's a blurred con, we need to have everything black, but not everything can be fucking black. Like you're literally people are complaining on a blurred con cosplay competition when the vast majority of cosplayers are cosplaying as Japanese characters. So it's like, what's really the issue here? Like we're all pretending that they're Japanese when none of them are. Like I don't really. There's something to be said there where it's just like, can we just enjoy that Japanese culture no matter what your ethnic background is? But at the other end, like I kind of get it. You're mad because some white girl won, but I'm sure that she didn't like pull strings to do it. She just entered the competition because the BlurCon said that they're supposed to be all inclusive. And I know that a lot of black folks don't want to, or at least some. And I'll say some only because like I've read the comments that they don't want to be all inclusive. It needs to be, black only, which is like, okay, like I understand the black only thing, but you need to be able to enjoy, or to have other people appreciate our collective culture as well, and the culture that you're celebrating. It's it's a Japanese culture. Like the vast majority of cosplayers were cosplaying as Japanese characters, so it's very strange to me.
And Warrior Fella kind of brought up one thing about how like white cosplayers usually don't get crap for dressing up for doing cosplay.
Yeah, that's totally
it's usually like black people who gets the shit. So like I don't know, they should understand like it's by them basically saying the shit that they're saying about this white girl. They should understand like we're basically doing the same thing that people do to us, and we got to be better than that. And just let homegirl won. That's what it comes down to. A panel of people thought her outfit was better than everybody else in the competition, and she won. And they should just accept it. Like, okay, homegirl, yeah, you like to be. It wasn't secure. What's
I have no idea. It looked like Little Bo Peep to me. I have no idea what anime it's from.
It's from the card game. Shit, what
Yu-Gi-Oh or
called?
some shit. I don't fucking know. I'm not.
No, it's not. not Yu-Gi-Oh.
I'm an old man,
Actually,
goddammit.
No, this is an old anime. Like this is back in like the 90s.
I'm older than
Her
that.
character, it's fuck, what is it? It's Sakura from Car Capture. Sakura.
Well, you know, it's still like I said, to give a more fair take of it, I would need to see like what everybody else is wearing, but also at the same time, it's like it's almost irrelevant because they're blaming the con when it's like it's the judges. If you want to complain about it, don't blame the white girl, don't blame the con, blame the judges. Or maybe let's actually have a look at what are the other cosplayers looking like. That's what I would like to see, because if they're all like not as good as hers, then she deserved to win. Yeah, was her shit kind of wrinkled? Yeah, okay, but at the same time, it's like, did she have time to iron? It's humid and well, it is humid in Atlanta, so I guess it's less of an excuse. But you know, yeah, I don't. You know,
But,
there's a whole bunch of other things that you need to like look into than just like saying, oh well, she's white and she's won. Oh my god, everything's fucking terrible. But could have been the best. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I like you said, none of us were there because we're on the West Coast. None of us made the trip out there. It's just disparaging that all this hatred, especially the death threats, is flying this way to this young lady.
That's from our Instagram
So-
page. Isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm scrolling through our Instagram page, and these are some of the pictures that of cosplayers we took pictures of, and like homeboy right here, this guy's Broly from Dragon Ball Super, and like dude looks fucking badass. Like that shit's fucking like legit. But like you know, this one got a bunch of likes, but like it's the cool thing with cons is like everybody can just go ahead and have fun. I'm just trying to. There's one girl I took a picture of, and she was this is. Look at all this fun that we have with this podcast. We got beers and building the infinity base. Like, damn, fucking 2 years in the making. But there's here, this girl. So this girl is Mystique as she transformed, and like that right there is fucking talent. And like what's so cool is that she's if you look up for like the top 10 creative cosplay, she's on that list, which is pretty cool.
I wish.
But like yeah, like
I don't know. Your video is real shitty, but
my videos.
yeah, hopefully everybody can at least recognize like what he's talking. I blew you up a little bit, so people can see. But yeah, it's we've seen some really good cosplays from like everybody.
Yeah.
You know? And obviously hers is like better than that. But was she there and was she in the competition? You know, or
No,
was-
she was not.
and was everybody that was cosplaying in the competition? So there's like a lot of like questions that I have that aren't really answered, but at the same time it's like, okay, it happened, but let's not I feel like people are trying to tear down this con when it's like we've asked for a blurred con. People have asked for a blurred con for a long time, and we finally get it, and the second anything bad happens, people just want to tear it down. And it's just like, you can't do that and expect these things to keep happening. So let's recognize that shitty things happen at every con,
Mm-hmm.
and let's kind of just roll through it and hope that they do better next time. But even next time, it's like I said, there's still caveats. Like, what was everybody else doing? Like all the other cosplayers, how they look for the competition. Like, we don't fucking know. So let's not make this go to the wayside just because of one or two little things that happened at this con.
Yeah.
I feel bad for whoever the fuck put it on, because there's like all this bad publicity now. It's just like, it's to me it's undeserved. These people put their hard-earned time and money into making this thing happen for all these black nerds, and then all of a sudden these things happen that don't go their way, and they're just shitting all over the whole fucking con. So they put it on for you. So if you have complaints, I guess you can complain to the people that made it, but I can guarantee you that they did their best. It's like, come on.
Putting on a con is that shit's fucking stressful. I'm pretty sure that shit's hella fucking stressful. Like Silicon Valley Comic Con first year, like it was small. It was a tiny little fucking thing inside of just a convention center. But next year, that shit blew up so fucking fast and it just got bigger and bigger. And just imagine like how many people's like overhead that you have to worry about and this and that and security. Like it's a lot of work putting it together a con, and then getting that ads out there, and like making sure it's exclusive, like includes everybody and all the legal stuff, and like city ordinance and this and that. Like there's a lot of work that goes to a con just for people to go there just to have a good fucking time. Like there's no reason to have like any kind of like not hatred, but like going there with like negativity. Like everybody's there for the same fucking goal. See some cool ass fucking cosplays, see some cool ass anime, read some cool manga, you can get your little bit of a hentai in there, or get some comics going. Like it's just all about having fun and just nerding the fuck out.
Oh, and anime titties.
And anime titties.
So yeah, I just hope that the community can eventually, get over this and really push for another con to come together, another BlurCon, because with all the shit talking that I've seen about BlurCon, we might not get another one, and then you're just gonna hear more and more complaints, about we can't have our own. This is why we can't have nice things. This is literally the reason why. Did you enjoy the con? Were you even at the cosplay competition? If you weren't, and you still enjoyed the con, then I mean, like, what the fuck's you just say you enjoyed it instead of like talking all that shit about some random white girl winning a competition with, did that really destroy your entire fun at the con? Like, I would certainly hope not. I hope that, other things are going on at the con that you enjoyed, and, if we can't put this in some sort of positive light, even though some shitty things happen, but let's hope that these, the creators of this con can keep doing it. Because if not, if you keep just hammering them down with negativity, then it's not gonna happen anymore, and then people are gonna complain about it. Why don't we have fucking our own BlurCon? Well, you had some, and you saw what happened. So,
I'm gonna quote Crit Rock. The reason why there isn't black theaters in the ghetto is because an opening and then a grand closing because somebody didn't shoot at the screen.
Damn. So bad. Let's move on to the next. So did y'all see that there's an Injustice animated film coming pretty soon?
Yes, I saw that. I'm super excited for that shit.
Yeah,
That's like one of my favorite comic book series. I guess.
What do y'all think about
it's
this?
a game too.
Because this is coming, what, October, I think, or even earlier?
I mean, it's a really.
Yeah, I wonder if it's.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, I wonder if it's gonna be on HBO Max, or is it just gonna be straight to theaters, or is it gonna be a series, or I can't remember what the detail is on it.
I don't fucking know. All I know is that the comic was amazing. The video game had a really good story. So hopefully, if they do the animated series correctly, then it'll be amazing as well. Because it starts off with Clark killing the Joker. So yeah, it's really fucking good, and the comics go on for a while. So yeah, I think people will really love this.
It's kind of interesting because like if you go on YouTube, somebody have taken all of the cutscenes from the video game and put them into basically a own little mini movie. So it's almost like I guess it depends on the way they do it, but I'm really excited about this if it's done right. But a lot of times the animated movies, DC animated movies, are always pretty good, except for a sprinkle of them that are pretty bad. But yeah, this one should be really good if done well. I'm super excited for it. I'm trying to see if it's going to be on HBO Max or not.
Yeah, I saw the casting list was posted today, or the voice acting list was posted out today on who's going to be who. And makes me wonder if this is going to be just like a one-shot film or like a broken up series.
Well, if they base it off of the comics, they need to make it like a multiple series because the comics spread was over it's a 5-part series. So like we had year 1, year 2, so over a 5-year series.
And they had Injustice 2. Like they had an Injustice 2 comic as well.
Yeah.
Well, there's an 2 Justice game.
I didn't know how it ended. To be honest. Look at the list on here of who the voice actors are.
I think Tara Strong is back or something.
I don't think they're on here.
Or somebody there's somebody fairly.
Is Kevin Conroy?
Justin. No, he's not playing Batman.
Who's voice
it's
actor Batman?
Ensign Mount. I don't think I've ever. I don't know. The name doesn't sound familiar for a Batman voice character.
We'll see.
What's that? They don't even have a homegirl. Your Canadian.
Rosario?
Rosario?
Yeah, because she does the voice of Wonder Woman in the other Justice League movies.
She's also a voice in my head, I'm just saying.
Harley Quinn is gonna be Jillian Jacobs. I don't know who that is. Yeah, I don't know any of these people actually. Look at the names.
It should be okay.
But
I mean, like,
yeah,
their animated series, animated anything, they can't really do a lot of wrong. You know, it's the DCEU, like the live action shit. It's all questionable.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to this. It doesn't say if it's going to be on HBO Max or not. There's not much details on this highlight.
Does it give release date on what you're looking at?
I'm looking on IGN now to see what they say.
Yeah, I saw something. I think it's pretty. I think within the next 2 months or something.
Yeah, on here it says it's announced to release this fall.
Oh, but no hard street date.
No.
Mm.
You know, I haven't even had a chance to watch Batman: The Long Halloween yet.
Oh,
that's
is part 2. Yeah, is part 2 out?
No, it's going to be coming out soon though. Yeah, I think it's going to come out this fall as well.
Yeah. Okay. So because part 1 is already out, and I think it's on HBO Max. I think, but I don't remember. Oh, excuse me. So Blue, you were talking about the Tomorrow War last week. I got a chance to check it out. Yes.
Okay. What was your take on the soccer scene?
Soccer scene?
Yeah. So I talked about how like.
What are you guys talking about?
The Tomorrow War.
Do you see it?
No, I still didn't watch it, but go ahead and talk about it.
No, because last week I talked. I mean, it's I thought it was a pretty good movie. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it still was pretty good. But I talked about how like there's literally everybody they're having a fucking party, a house party, while the soccer game is going on, and
Oh yeah.
nobody watched the fucking soccer game at all. Like people were around the table talking, chit chatting. It isn't until like the aliens are about to attack that people get interested in the game, and it's like, and I said that was the most unrealistic part of the entire movie. Like there was wormholes and traveling back and forth to the futures and aliens coming to the Earth. All that shit seemed more realistic than Americans having a party to watch a soccer game.
Yeah, because there was a lot of people at this party.
A lot of people.
Nobody was paying attention. I'm like, it was weird to me because I was like watching the Gold Cup, which was recently going on, and I was like, there's a lot of people watching that stuff. But like, usually when you're watching, you invite people to watch a sporting event. They're there to watch the sporting event.
Yeah.
This one, they're like mingling. So I was like, what the hell's going on? And then you have like the family sitting down on the couch, and they're the ones watching. I'm like, well, what's going on here? Are these people like renting a room or something? And I didn't get it, but it was a little odd, but it is.
What was your take on the movie in itself? 'Cause I mean, I thought it was fun. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah, it was fun. Their time logic was okay, I guess. It worked for them. It's just kind of funny to me. I mean, it was just interesting that they have like their rubber band effect. Like they can only go to one point into the future, and they can go to different points in the back or into the past. But there's really good, I think, setup when you see like the aliens show up. Like you don't see them for like the first half of the film, and when you finally do, it's like, holy shit, the hell is this shit? And it's pretty messed up because a lot of people get fucked up real quick.
Oh yeah.
And it's just funny to me, like they send all these people out there, but yet they don't train them.
Yeah.
Well, at least the group that they send, they don't have enough time to train them. So when they go out, they're just like cannon fodder. And they're like, well, I mean, their first mission is just basically to, get some information from a lab and then make it back and survive. But the thing is, the city that they're in is utterly destroyed, and they're about to burn it down even more. So, like, well, you have to make this time to get to the spot, or else we're going to blow up this whole city. And like, well, what the fuck?
Yeah,
And as they're trying to they're trying to make it out, they're getting ripped apart.
well, it's kind of crazy because like they introduced the draft again, so people are like forced to travel to the future to try to fight these aliens, and only like I think like what they said like 5% make it fucking back, which is kind of ridiculous. But you're only
Yeah.
once you're gone, like you're there only for 7 days, and then if you're still alive within that 7 day, you're automatically transferred back to your time zone or your time period. But what's great about it is that you're a millionaire basically. Like the government's giving you $1 million for helping out or whatever. And if you end up dying, they end up paying your family or whatever a couple $1 million. But everybody who comes back is like, dude, I can't get that fucking sound on my head of the fucking aliens. Like what the fuck? Like people are just fucked up that come back from the future.
So usually, but
Wait,
a lot of the people
they
that
came
come back,
to the future.
yeah,
Is
literally.
that what you're saying?
Uh,
Back to the future.
Most of the people that return back, they're disabled vets. They come back missing limbs, and like just like all fucked up. Like they come back just either emotionally and physically scarred, or just emotionally scarred. So it's just like, damn, whatever's happening in the future is super fucked up. And then like
Yeah.
when you see what's going on in the future, you're like, oh, there's a lot of people here, but like, oh, we're like 3 weeks away from being wiped off the face of the planet. I'm like, well, what the hell? I'm just like, holy shit. So I mean, I think this movie could have had some legs if it was in the theater, but it's an Amazon Prime film, and I don't want to give too much away, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was fun. I did like J.K. Simmons' character. He's actually pretty funny.
Yo, so he was ripped as fuck. He was yoked.
For a 60+ old man, yes, he was pretty yoked.
So if you look him up, like if you look him up right now on the internet, if you look up J.K. Simmons and look up that dude, he's a beast. He works out like a lot for somebody his age. Like
Well, he got
he
used
looked
for
like
Batman like a while back. I guess he just
yeah, he never quit. He just kept getting fucking yoked and yoked. But I man, he could be ultimate Omni Man.
I mean,
like
but he is Omni Man.
Well, let's just remember that he's always been in pretty good shape. Even like back when he was in Oz,
yeah.
he was still an older guy. He was still in really good shape. So, yeah.
He probably can take on Spider-Man for real.
Yeah, where my pictures at, Park?
Yeah.
Just punch in the face. It's awesome. But yeah, it's definitely a fun film. Actually kind of liked the ending. They kind of stuck the landing. It was a little bumpy.
It did.
But I didn't think it was gonna end very satisfactory. But I liked the little twist at the end and the things that they had to do. I mean, so they had to have multiple black people so they can like kill off a few of them.
Yeah.
So I mean, it works. I mean, at least one of them survives. So that kind of works out. I do like me some Yvonne Strakowski though. That Miranda Lawson,
Which one is she?
She is the future. She's the colonel. She's the colonel with the braids.
She's the scientist?
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Yvonne.
Yeah.
So if you're a Mass Effect 2 fan, it's Yvonne right there.
Well, she
Yeah.
also looks like nah, I'm not gonna say it.
She's in The Handmaid's Tale as well. Even though I don't watch that show.
She looks like one of the Margaret Megan triplets or whatever. I can't think of her name.
Whom she did?
So there's a bunch of actresses that look alike.
Yeah. Margot Robbie,
Like the girl. Yeah, Margot Robbie. Like there's like 4 actresses that all look the same. And this.
Oh yeah,
girl,
like
she
Margot
kind
and
of
Jamie Christie.
Yeah, they all look alike, and I think she kind of falls into that. No, she will be like the younger sister
No,
or maybe like a cousin.
No,
doesn't.
Yvonne doesn't look like them.
Yeah, she
Jamie
doesn't
Presley
look
and Margot Robbie, they look like twins. They look exactly alike. But Yvonne doesn't look like them.
All right, let's
Lisa.
switch gears a little bit.
Mm.
So I was waiting for a Nintendo Switch Pro to come out recently, and
Oh,
they
yeah.
announced,
I
they
like this
announced
story.
the Nintendo Switch OLED. I was very sad about that, to be honest with you, because I was getting ready to buy a new Switch so I could have my own, even though I had my own, and then I had a newborn, and now she's 4.5, and her and K-Mac have taken over the Switch. I played a little bit, but not enough. They got my PS5, so it's right here. Just saying, PS5 was good. But, yeah, Steam. Holy shit. Or Valve. They decided to announced a new handheld console for them.
Oh yeah.
So the Steam Deck is a thing. And so they basically stole the thunder. Or actually, the thunder wasn't even there from Nintendo. They
Yeah.
just had their own fucking thunder. And they're making a handheld console that is basically the specs that I wanted, or near the specs that I wanted for a Nintendo Switch Pro. So the controllers don't come off the ends, but it's a handheld device. It's pretty big. It has a large screen. It's 7 inches in,
That's what she said.
diagonally. Yeah. And it's got, it comes with NVMe SSDs. Well, sorry. You have to be careful. If you're going to buy one of these things, first of all, they're not cheap, which is fine. I mean, it's going to be a little bit expensive. But don't get the base model. The one that's like $400 because it has a 64 gig drive and it's like a eMMC drive, which is not very fast. Get the 256 or the 512 gig. I would recommend the 512 only because games are still pretty big in size. I mean, 512 is smaller than the PS5 by not half, but pretty close to half. So definitely get the largest one you can and get the NVMe drive. It's so much faster. Shit is gonna load faster. It's running on SteamOS, which is based on Linux, but they're saying it's gonna be basically the same like PC experience. You can use the Epic Game Store. You can emulate games on there, and there's something else that you can do too, but I forget. But basically, it's like everything that I kind of wanted in a handheld. You can emulate fucking Switch games on there if you wanted to, illegally, but it's okay. So I'm just like, thank you for like making this, Valve, and I put my $5 down to like hold my place in line to get it. I think they're doing a better job with. So right now there's a problem if you want to get the PS5 or the Xbox Series X, is the availability and like trying to like buy it is a problem because you have to deal with bots. But what Steam is doing is that they're selling the $5 hold your place in line slot, and people have already tried to like take that $5 hold your line spot and sell it on eBay and other places. And eBay's like, nah, you can't do that because you're not actually selling the product. You're just selling your place in line, and you can't do that. So hopefully this will be a better solution going forward for people, because like a lot of places that sell secondary items, you have to sell them within like 30 days. So hopefully this will be the solution going forward. I don't know if it's going to work totally, but I'm looking forward to getting a Steam Deck. Hopefully December or early next year.
Wait, so do you even use Steam anymore, or?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was obviously when I was doing VR and shit like that, and like when I do some games. So I don't do a lot of PC gaming right now, but this one looked. It just seemed cool to like play like PC games in my hands,
Yeah, on the go.
Yeah, I believe if you have a Steam account and you have previously purchased games,
it all goes over.
they can port over. Yeah, they can port over to the Steam console. But it's kind of cool. This is one of the reasons why I'm glad G4 is back. Is because like it came up in like Cronus talked about it in our chat group, and then Adam Sessler talked about it on the thing and gave into details about like how it works and this and that. I'm like, see, this is what I need. I need somebody with a reliable source. Give me the fucking facts about how it works, what you can do, this and that. But when I was looking at the console, the first thing that popped in my head was, do you remember the Atari Lynx?
I used to have one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, when I saw this, like, shit, this looks like the Atari Lynx, but like,
bigger,
fucking bulked up, fucking badass version.
Well,
but like,
no, it definitely is not bulked up.
Oh no, it's not bulked up. Yeah.
The
but
Lynx that I have was fucking thick as shit. It was thicker than a bologna meal. I'm just saying.
But like, it's funny because I looked at the picture for the Atari Lynx and I was like, wow, this thing is like 80% plastic and like 20% screen. Like it's fucking ridiculous how big this goddamn thing was, but how little that damn screen was. But like,
and around like 45 AA batteries. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that lasted a good hour maybe if you're lucky.
Just have a recharger with you.
Yeah, we thought the power cable or whatever, but no, like, yeah, this console looks pretty fucking dope, and the fact that you can play Steam games on it. Steam has a long fucking laundry list of games to play. Like,
oh yeah,
like it's so fucking ridiculous. But I don't know. This is super exciting because it's kind of like I wouldn't say it's a first PC type console, handheld console, but
It's
like,
definitely
I
not.
mean,
No.
yeah, but like, I don't know, it just seems pretty dope.
Well, I mean, it's the first one that is integrating a more of like a console experience. So I think that's one of the things that
Yeah.
PC games were missing is like that console experience. So I know that Steam has tried to emulate the console experience, and so has Epic Games, but having that all in like one homogeneous unit, to be able to play these things, I think it's an excellent strategy. And I don't think that it's going to appeal to a lot of console gamers, but hopefully it will. I know for me, I'm looking forward to playing Hades on there and a bunch of other
Mm-hmm.
games on there, and it has like way more functionality and controls that needs to be there. Like it has like the normal, like L1, R2, R1, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Both the dual triggers, and they have like extra triggers on the back. So it has like basically, it
Hey,
has
4 triggers.
it has four triggers. It basically has 8 triggers. There's 4 triggers, and
Yeah.
there's like two other like programmable ones that are on like the very back of it. And it has
Yeah.
like the controllers that are in the correct position, which is fucking parallel, not fucking offset. All right, and it has like two little touchpads as well that are below the control sticks. So they're thinking about like everything with this, and they're gonna sell a dock with it. The dock does not come with it. It'll be like an
No.
aftermarket thing, or it'll have to be like an after purchase thing, an accessory. And with a dock, you can play things on your TV, which I think is excellent. So I mean, they're doing their best. So I don't know. They have to be losing money on this fucking thing. To be
Oh,
honest with you.
yeah.
They have to be losing money.
Do we know if it's?
Go ahead.
But do you know if it's gonna be if it's gonna have like 5G like network capability, or is it just gonna be built-in Wi-Fi?
It's Wi-Fi. Well, so there's 5G Wi-Fi. That's where it gets kind of messy. But there's no LTE. There's
Alright.
no cell phone signal connectivity.
So that's what I
It's
meant.
all Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, this should be interesting. I expect this thing to be selling like hotcakes.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully,
Might
yeah.
even get me a Steam account. We'll see.
You don't have one?
No, I do not. I mean, I don't game on my laptop. I could, but I don't.
Just watch porn and do podcasts on your laptop?
Pretty
Yeah, that's
much.
what I do.
I
What
do
else
too.
is on?
I think the only game because I have a gaming laptop and the only game actually I've done VR on here. I'm tripping, but
Yeah.
one of the biggest game I played on here was Laura Croft or Tomb Raider.
Oh,
And that
Oh,
shit
yeah.
was like ridiculous on here. And then they released a VR version. I never got around to playing it. But yeah, I mainly use this for gaming wise. It was mainly for VR.
Okay.
It's so crazy how old this laptop is now.
yeah,
Right?
mine's old
I mean-
too, but it's holding it's holding up. Like I had some
Yeah.
minor issues, but I mean like it was so overspec when I bought it because this laptop was basically like $3,500 I think when I bought it, but it's basically a desktop. So it has a desktop CPU and GPU, and
That's what
it's thick as fuck.
you're using that for the podcast, right? Like for
Yeah.
Are-
This is like what the podcast for the past 3-4 years I've been on this laptop, and it's like 17 fucking pounds. So
Woo. It's a big ass laptop. All right, did y'all see Loki the last 2 weeks?
yes.
Did y'all catch up?
Shit.
yes,
Oh my
Yes.
goodness! So
They're back.
we didn't talk about what happened when
I still have my fucking theory.
after Loki got pruned.
Oh yeah, we did.
Yeah, because we skipped it last week, so we can talk about both episodes. But yeah, Loki at the end of episode
Like
4?
3?
No, it's episode.
Well, 6
Yeah,
episodes,
episode 4.
right?
'Cause there's only
Yeah,
6.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets pruned, and we were thinking that he was good. But
Yeah.
then we see him pop up into the MCU upside down. I guess
Well-
it's the edge of time or end of time.
Well, what's cool is that like from the previous episode, like it was like kind of the first mid trailer or mid credit,
Oh,
what's it called? Sneak peek for the next episode or whatever.
yeah, mid credit scene or
Yeah, mid credit scene. That's what it was. Yeah, I mean, it's the first episode. If you will go way past the credits and even like the different language ones, there's a little one with the time clock guy or female or person or thingy. But Loki wakes up in this other fucking universe, and there's 4 Lokis around him.
There's
We talked
Kid
about that a little
Loki. Yeah, there's Kid Loki, the classic Loki played by Richard E. Grant actually, and Alligator Loki, and then they call him Boastful Loki, but he's Black Loki.
Yeah, he's Black Loki.
So then they found out all these Lokis were variants, and they stuck them at the end of time, and all this stuff is there. And when you're watching, there's a shit ton of fucking Easter eggs everywhere.
Oh.
It's like literally a trash compactor of Easter eggs. Like, did you see the Thanos helicopter?
Yeah, I saw that shit and I started fucking rolling. That shit was so fucking great. It was literally stripped from the fucking comics. Like it said Thanos on the side of the motherfucking helicopter.
Yeah,
I was like,
same
damn.
color, same design. I'm like, dude, I'm all, where have I seen this before? Sure enough, it shows up in the comics from way back in the day. That's how Thanos got around, was on the helicopter.
Fucking Thanos. But
also,
anyway, before you go, there's a little animated meme. So if you go back and watch Infinity War, is it Infinity War? Yeah, Infinity War Part 2.
And
so
Endgame.
Endgame, sorry. And Thanos busts out his double-sided fucking sword or whatever, and it starts spinning. There's an animated like GIF or whatever that basically says that he took that sword is actually the propeller, the blade from his helicopter. He's like, oh, I need a sword. And he like grabs the blade off his helicopter and starts using that as his fucking weapon.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those. They're pretty funny.
Yeah,
but there's also one because they when Loki from, I guess we can call it the 616, because we know that there's multiversal stuff obviously through this show. I mean, we got teased through it with WandaVision, but it's definitely confirmed now with Loki. But as they're going to their like nuclear fallout bunker at the end of time, as they go down, you see Mjolnir stuck underneath the ground, and then you see like a frog Thor in a bottle. So that guy is canon too. I forgot his name, but he's in the comics. There's a frog Thor in the comics, and he wields Mjolnir, and he was trying to get to it. You can hear him even talk a little bit too as he's jumping, trying to get it.
Trying to get out of the fucking jar.
Yeah.
His name is Simon Walterson.
Yeah, there you go. I thought it was crazy because they're going to this bunker, and 616 Loki is trying to explain to them one about Sylvie, because you can tell he's all about her, even though it's him, but female. and they're in like this bowling alley, and 616 Loki is like, or Prime Loki, I think that's what they call him.
Yeah.
He's trying to come up with the plan. He's like, "Hey, I'm trying to get back." I was gonna go into it now, but go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, so the reason why they have this bunker is because there's this giant fucking storm cloud. I can't. What's the name of it? It's like
Aligar,
something.
Avalanche, sure.
Yeah, so there's a storm drag. It's like it looks like a fucking like a wolf or some shit. Actually, I can't think what it looks like. But this thing.
It looks like a fucking dragon.
If you ever seen the Neverending Story, it's the nothingness. It's basically the nothingness that goes around. Or if you ever watched that Stephen King, The Langoliers, it's basically this giant fucking monster that eats anything that's alive or not alive. Even fucking because it eats a fucking school bus basically, or a goddamn warship. But this thing is just devouring things, and basically what the TVA does is that they're not killing people. They're sending people to the edge of time where this creature just devours everything that comes there. And so they're basically running and hiding from this creature because that's what Lokis do. Lokis fucking survive. So yeah, back into the bunker.
So they're in the bunker. They're trying to figure out how to get past this thing. And Loki figures out that this giant cloud monster, the nothingness. It starts with an A. It's like Apollyon or...
It was the Void.
What's it called?
It was the Void, but he had a name. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it has a name, and the name it's in the comics. Apparently, he's the same way in the comics. He's a cloud. He's a cloud monster.
Oh, it's Alith. Oh shit. It's Alioth.
Elioth. or
Helios. Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Helios.
So he's just like
Oh, it looks like a snake.
kinda. But
Yeah.
Prime Loki, 616 Loki is like, you know what? I think the way out of here is through this giant cloud snake guard dog thing. And the rest of them are like, you can't get past it. Once you try to, you're like erased in time. Like you're just you're
dead.
dusted. You're basically dusted. So then like Sylvie, who's still at the TVA, ends up talking to Ravonna, trying to figure out, who's really pulling the strings, who's the man behind the curtain type deal, and Ravonna's like, "Oh, I'll help you. Just don't like res me or whatever." And she explains to her that Loki's not gone. We just sent her to the end of the time. So they end up fighting because Ravonna sets her or double crosses her, tries to capture her, and then Sylvie ends up like pruning herself to the end of time. So she goes there, and then she's about to get like erased from time from the nothing, and Mobius shows up in the Studebaker or whatever the fuck, and he comes, swoops her up, and then Loki's in the Fallout bunker. Another Loki shows up, and he has like a Loki gang. They look like what the fuck? What game? Like it's either from Saints Row or like Rage or something. They have he has this like gang. He has this. The Blazer says vote Loki, and basically one of the Lokis sold out.
President Loki.
Yeah. So boastful Loki sells out the other Lokis to President Loki. So they're just like, wait, what? We're trying to get out of here. So, yeah, but I want to be king of the castle. I want to be this Loki. So there's like a double cross and a triple cross. So they end up fighting in the bowling alley while Prime Loki makes his way out, and Kid Loki, Alligator Loki, and Richard E. Grant, they all make their way out during the whole fight scene, and they end up linking up with Sylvie and Mobius. And their plan is that Sylvie believes that she can enchant, or what she called it, bewitch it, or whatever.
She basically, I'm pretty sure that Sylvie is not actually a Loki. I'm pretty sure that she's actually Enchantress. That's just my hot take on my that she probably is, because she even says at the end she's not one of them.
But yeah, but when we meet her as a child, she's on Asgard, playing with stuff.
She could have enchanted them to think that, but like, I'm pretty sure she's the Enchantress.
Enchant who? Because it's like a flashback. So who did she enchant to make?
The viewers. I mean, they can break the fourth wall. They've done it before. So
yeah,
I don't think that she's a Loki.
But...
she says it. I'm not one of you.
Yeah, because she's different. Because she has a unique power, and apparently each one of the Lokis have some kind of unique power. We see.
No, I mean, like, you still wouldn't say I'm not one of you. Like, you just say I have different powers. Not that literally I'm not one of you is what she said.
I mean, having a unique power would basically make you say I'm not one of you, but I mean it could work either way.
No, because any of the Lokis they have unique powers too. I mean, why didn't the fucking alligator Loki say I'm not one of you? Why didn't the
alligator Loki doesn't speak though?
Why didn't the one that can make all the fucking buildings say I'm not one of you? There's a bunch of them. Why didn't the one that had fucking Thor's hammer? He had Mjolnir. Why did he say I'm not? Yeah, he could have said I'm not one of you.
No, does he? I mean, I don't remember if he says that he's not, or if he does.
No, he doesn't.
Maybe he did.
Because he's Loki still. But I'm pretty sure she's not really a Loki. I'm pretty sure she's the Enchantress.
That would make the next scene kind of weird, because Sylvie and Loki end up making out, which was weird, because I was like, is this masturbation or is this incest? Like,
that
what
makes it less weird and less gross. Thank you, old ninja.
My
theory makes it less gross.
Providing that if she's Enchantress, then she's a separate entity or whatnot. But if she is female Loki, that makes it super weird, like extra weird. So,
or does it? I mean, it depends on what you're into. No.
I mean, I'm sure Prodigy would approve. Um, so yeah, they basically come up with a plan to enchant
Oh,
Alioth.
and I am not the only one. I just looked it up. I am not the only one.
Yeah, I mean, she could be. I don't know.
So wait, you're saying that she's not a Loki, she's actually an Enchantress?
I thought she was the Enchantress since like the second time that I saw her in the second episode that she was in. I thought that she was not a Loki. I thought that she was Enchantress.
Wait, isn't Enchantress DC?
There's
No.
one in each universe.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, hold up, because Enchantress was in that
Suicide
one-
Squad?
Suicide
Oh,
Squad,
it
yeah.
even says apparently Sylvie Lushton is Enchantress.
So yeah, so from when I saw that Enchantress and Sylvie are two different people. One of them is a female version of him. The other one is one that Loki teaches and basically takes over his position as the god of mischief while he does
Yeah.
some other
hold the
shit.
fuck on. This is so silly. She never even says anywhere in the show that I can remember that she's a Loki. She just says that her name is Sylvie, and I'm looking up. Sylvie Lushton is the fucking Enchantress.
So
I have to go rewind the tape on that one.
well when we talk about the next episode, someone calls her Loki.
Well, I think
So-
that the
but does-
TVA,
But she doesn't
The
call
TVA
herself a Loki.
She
yeah,
doesn't, but someone
Ever.
does call her
It doesn't-
Loki.
it doesn't matter.
And
Nobody
and she says she hasn't been called that in a long
still
time.
doesn't because she's not fucking Loki, and she literally says in her own words, "I'm not one of you." Like,
Yeah, but
she's
you-
not Loki.
the TVA referred to her as being a Loki, like, because Owen Wilson character saying like, "Oh, you just can't trust a Loki" or something like that, and like,
That's true, and he
So-
literally
And
he tells Prime Loki, "I need you to help me catch you."
yeah,
And in the next episode, which we haven't talked about, she is called Loki.
Doesn't matter.
And-
Sylvie Lushton is not Loki. She's the fucking Enchantress.
So moving on.
No,
Uh,
not moving
so-
on. I'm correct. Stop it.
well, I guess we'll find out. We'll put that on the wall.
Yeah, we're gonna have to put
How it all
down.
comes out.
So Loki and Loki end up coming up with a plan to enchant the nothing, the god, the smoke monster.
Allegor or something like that.
The other Lokis provide like basically distraction. Like one of them recreates Asgard in like this crazy like shimmery kind of like hologram type thing, but it looks super real. And the smoke monster tries to feed on it or whatnot, realizes it's a distraction while Loki and Sylvie join forces to basically charge each other up. She basically teaches him how to take control of this creature, and they do. And the creature opens up, revealing a fortress that's behind it. And so the other Lokis end up either going their own separate way or get fucking super wiped out. And Sylvie and Loki, they end up going to the castle. And then the
Castle of
next
Great
episode-
Skull.
Yeah. So it actually looked like the mansion from the Wesker family
The
from
Ci-
Resident Evil.
the Citadel?
What the fuck is? Yeah. So the next episode, Loki and Sylvie, they go to the Citadel, and then for some reason, was it Miss Time or the fuck? What the hell's her name? The
I think
coin
it's
or
Miss-
the clock?
Miss Minutes?
Yeah, Miss Minutes.
Miss Minutes shows up.
Cool.
freaking
Wait,
out
dude.
every watcher that was there, giving everybody nightmares for some reason.
Oh yeah, for real. But I mean, it's not a credit, but you know who does the voice of the Miss Minutes, right?
Yeah, it's Tara Strong.
Yeah, classic Tara Strong, the voice actress who does Raven and a
Harley
few
Quinn.
other Harley Quinn. She does a whole bunch of different actresses.
She does a whole slew of.
She got a long laundry list of characters she does, but
She does. She also has anime titties. But moving on.
Well, now we'll never have her on the podcast. Thank you very much, Old Ninja.
she knows. No.
I'm pretty sure someone's already said so.
I want to get the AT&T girl on the podcast. That'd be amazing.
She plays was it Lily's her character
Yeah,
in
Lily.
AT&T.
Well, it's
So
funny.
still,
Sorry, it's kind of a segue, or not a segue, but like a little side story. I love how she was on ALTS back in the day with Kevin Pereira,
Yeah.
and like he was like fangirling over her like big time. That was like fucking years ago, though.
sure.
All right, back to Loki.
That was like 45 years ago.
Yeah,
Oh god
They're
damn.
old.
I'm glad Kevin cut his hair because man, he was looking. Oh, did he cut his
Did he?
hair?
I don't
He was
know.
looking ridiculous on when they did the special, the Thanksgiving special. He looked like
Oh
Kirby
yeah,
uncle.
he was
He was living his best life. But also, Kevin's like, he's in his 30s now. You know?
30s or 40s.
30s or 40s.
He's in
yeah,
his 30s. He's younger than us.
Okay. All right, so we're in the Citadel with Sylvie and Loki, and Miss Minutes creeps out everybody, talking about well, he who remains, or he
Voldemort?
who still remains, is very impressed with what they've done. They're just like, who the hell is he? Who is this? Who are you talking about? And they're like, well, we're gonna fight this guy. They're like, well, no, he's gonna give you a bargain. What if we put you back, before you died? She tells Sylvie, we'll put you back at Asgard. You'll be with your family. She tells Prime Loki, we'll give you the gauntlet. You can kill Thanos, bring back Asgard. You can be king. How would you like that? We can do this for you. And they're like,
So-
no, we want answers.
Oh, real
It kind of sucked.
good.
I was gonna say it kind of sucks. I wish they would have had. I mean, I know there's deleted scenes, but I wish they would have showed like snippets of Loki as like king and like wielding Mjolnir, whatever, however fucking Cat Dillon say it. But it'd been cool if they did like a little peek and see like, oh, this is what it could look like if Loki would accept this offer. But they kind of just breeze over it. I know I've seen there's the cutscenes have been released. So I've actually seen what it looked like, but it would have been cool if they had that in the show.
So I totally called who the villain was. Like right when they went to like the Citadel, I was like, I know who this is. You could ask K-Mac too. So I know it is.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So they reject the offers from Miss Minutes, and she basically gives them some cryptic warning. And
She's
inside
like, well,
the
fuck you then. I'm
yeah,
out.
kind of. So, but you can see inside the Citadel, there's like nobody there, but there's like a bunch of statues that have been. Some of them are broken or busted up. Prime Loki sees that it's super dusty inside, so it's been a while. And then they try to take an elevator up, and there's this guy sitting inside the elevator,
Fucking
and he's dressed mysteriously familiar.
like Willy Wonka.
And, yeah, kind of, and it looks like Kang the Conqueror. I mean, everybody knows that Jonathan Majors was casted as Kang the Conqueror for Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, and we see him in what looks like Kang's outfit, just no helmet. And he's sitting in the office. He's kind of a little kooky, a little quirky, and he's like happy to see them for some reason.
Well, it's just crazy because like they go to the elevator. There's like a couch in the elevator. He's just fucking sitting there chilling, like, hey, like, come on in. And they have their like weapons drawn or whatever. And like Loki and Sylvie, they go into the elevator and like they try to kill him, but he's like teleporting like fucking like Goku or some shit, like teleporting here and there, and like eventually he's not in the elevator whatsoever. And then once they get to their floor, he's like outside of the elevator, just fucking waiting for him, like, hey, like, step into my office.
Yeah, then in the office, he's got like a desk and there's books and shit everywhere, and he's just like he explains everything to them, like he basically breaks it down. So he never gives an official name for himself. He just says like they ask him, "Are you or he that remains?" And they're like, "Oh, she still calls me that." He's like, "I've had many names before. I've been called the Conqueror, been called the Ruler." And then he has this weird time device on his arm, which looks like a freaking Fitbit.
What it made me think of it looks like Wakanda tech, because like there, how like Siri, she had to like that pit of like black sand, even like the little beads that they wear around the wrist, that they use for communication. Like it almost was like that, but like I don't know, like what they had in Wakanda was like 40, what 480K or was it? What's the old CRT TV types?
That's
Like 480, right?
No, it was like 380 or probably 260.
Oh yeah,
So,
380.
Yeah.
It was real shitty.
They had something like Wakanda's using that. This guy had fucking 4K already, and like the shit was fucking visible, and like shit fucking looked legit. Like it was crazy. It was cool.
It could have been 31st century Wakanda tech.
It could have been 40,000 century Wakanda tech.
Yeah, I mean, he said he's from the 31st century.
Oh, that's
He
right. Yeah.
explains that he was fighting he was able to contact through technology other
Universes.
versions of himself, and they all like shared ideas, and you know, they were super cool about stuff. And then all of a sudden, like a time war broke out where they were fighting across time or whatnot, and some of them, you know, it was like some of him were, you know, trying to preserve peace and preserve the timelines. The other one wanted to rule and have chaos, and there's a huge fight, and apparently he's the last one to survive. So then he explains this to the...
Quick question. So, an Ask Beat MPI question popped in my head. Do you think you can beat yourself? I mean, other than masturbating.
Depends on what, like. Hold on, you have to quantify that question.
Okay, I guess. Yeah, it was a stupid ass. It was a crazy question because either one person's got to be about peace and the other person's got to be fucking like bloodlust. So I think bloodlust would probably win over the person who's all about peace. But
hold on, I can tell you definitively, I can kick my ass from any version of me prior to 2.5, 3 years ago. I can definitely kill myself, and like it wouldn't even be like that difficult. But I trained, so that's the main reason why. Because I trained in violence, so yeah. Anytime before 3 years ago, it'd be easy.
But I guess it also comes down to like how that variant life went. I guess it's not variants because it's just different timelines. Well, no, because their variants are from different timelines. It's just that they get fucking pruned before that timeline can fucking take root. But yeah, like I don't know. I think I would be able to reason with my counterpart, or when it comes down to that, I'm like, hey man, let's just go get a drink. Drinks on me.
You never know. There could be like a super yoked version of yourself. There could be a cybernetically enhanced version of yourself that can come out try to fuck you up.
It's funny. There's I saw a TikTok video of the scene from Spider-Man with with Tobey Maguire. No, Maguire. Who was the first Spider-Man?
Toby.
Okay, so basically, like somebody stops him from getting bitten by killing the spider. he ended up in a TVA, and it says like when you save Peter from being bit by a spider, and you end up in a TVA.
You end up being a variant.
Yeah, you end up being a variant. But all right, go ahead with the story.
Yeah, so basically, He Who Remains, he wants
Kang.
he wants both of them to rule the TVA and keep the timeline intact. Just let the TVA continue to exist, but then he tells them, if you want to exact your revenge and if you want to kill me, because he gives them the option to get killed, other versions of him will come out and try to fuck everything up.
But you also kind of skip that Kang. He knows everything. He's got the fucking script to the goddamn show, and he knows exactly what. Like the reason why they're there is because he wanted them there. Like he had the paths drawn. He had the adventure shit fucking happen. Like he literally wanted these two to show up at his fucking door. Like even it's so funny because he actually throws him the fucking show script basically, and they got to see like exactly what they said, and like he already knew what the fuck was going to happen. And he tells him like, that's why I knew you were gonna try to stab me in an elevator and this and that. Like he knows what the fuck is going on, and like the one thing he doesn't know is what decision they're gonna make, because it's in the future, and that's when things kind of go crazy.
Yeah, he said he knew everything up to a certain point.
Yeah.
So up to that point, he didn't know what was going to happen. He waited for that threshold to pass. So it's like, well, now I don't know what's going to happen. So now it's up to you two. And so they come to an impasse because Sylvie wants to kill him. And Loki Prime is just like, well, let's think about this. What if we can rule and preserve the timeline? Basically, we can be here in this castle and be chill. She's like, yeah, and live happily ever after. I don't think so. She was all hell bent on revenge, and Kang says there would be two Lokis overseeing the timeline, and they weren't really cool with that, and they end up fighting. Loki Prime's willing to give up his life just to prove a point because he's into Sylvie. And she's like, well, I can't kill you. So she ends up sending him back to the TVA. And
after she says, "I'm not one of you."
Hmm.
Just saying, proving my point.
So after that fight, Kang succumbs. He's like, well, this is all going to happen again, but once you kill me, there's going to be an infinite number of me's that are going to come through, and some variants of me are not so nice. Some are assholes. He's all, you will.
Oh shit! What happened
You
to
lose
Little
him?
Ninja?
Oh shit!
We might have lost
TVA
him.
got him. TVA got him.
He's in the multiverse of madness right now.
Yeah. It's holy shit. We lost Little Ninja.
Yeah, he's
He's never coming fucking back.
he's definitely stuck in the Matrix. So yeah, so the this is what's gonna start off the multiverse of madness, which I think is a really cool way for it to like jump off.
Disney or Marvel's universe, they're doing a really good fucking job of setting shit up because we got a little teaser with WandaVision. Cause we know that like Wanda's gonna be in multiverse of madness, whatever. And the fact that we learned that she's actually gonna be the Scarlet Witch, it really leads up to that. But this right here just adds fuel to the fire because we get to see just the fucking multiverse just start to go fucking crazy.
Yeah, like watching all the various like branches of the timeline seemed very interesting. And we already know that, the multiverse of madness is coming up for Doctor Strange. And this is like an excellent way for Marvel to really reset their timeline. Is using Kang. And so like Kang and like Doctor Doom are like kind of good buddies. They're like kind of like a love-hate relationship. And so this could be a segue into getting, the Fantastic Four back into Marvel and setting up a whole bunch of other things. So most people, they don't know like who Kang is, but this is a really good way to introduce him. And here we go. Oh, just coming back.
Well, I know with Kang. He's a biblical character, right? Isn't Kang like the
You're thinking of Cain.
What is it?
Cain. You're thinking of Cain, probably.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Cain. Yeah.
Okay, never mind. It sounds very familiar. But no, like I think even with Spider-Man, Spider-Man Far From or No Way Home, it's tying into the whole multiverse. But then also even with Miles Morales and Spider-Man, like the animated series, like the next one is gonna talk about like the whole timeline thing too. So we might, I don't know, hopefully we get a live action fucking Miles Morales Spider-Man. Like maybe he comes from an animated world to like a real world, which would be fucking kind of cool if he did that. But right now, Disney, Marvel Studios, they can do whatever the fuck they want. Like the stage is there, the canvas is fucking blank, and they can do any fucking thing. Anything that they can be creative as fuck with this whole entire series, basically, with the whole multiverse.
It's a good plan. I mean, because obviously you have the multiverse. You're gonna have the multiverse of madness with Doctor Strange, and we have the Eternals coming up, which is also going to expand their whole cosmic reach. Like I think Marvel's doing really good things, and hopefully they don't fuck it up. Because I think. But
I feel.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, like, I think with the home run hit that they did with Guardians of the Galaxy. Just shows how, like, superheroes don't have to just be earthbound. Like they can there's a lot of galactic characters out there that they can play with, and I think Eternals might be another one of those. I'm not sure it probably won't be as big as Guardians of the Galaxy, but you never fucking know.
Go ahead, old ninja.
Never know.
You dropped out and came back in.
Yeah, I'm back. I thought you guys
Wait,
were.
are you the real ninja or are you like a variant?
No, old ninja's
Oh,
now.
shit.
No,
He's
variant.
very-
He's enchantress.
He glitched out. He's variant.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
variant.
variant. So I'm about to start pruning people. So yeah, Sylvie kills Kang, and we get Loki, who's at the TVA, and he's just like trying to get Mobius to be like, "Hey, I messed up. Something bad's gonna happen. There's gonna be a bunch of these people. We need to do this." And they're like, "Okay, you need to slow down. Let us know what's going on." He's like, "Well, he's coming." They're like, Who's coming? And who are you?" And he's like, "Wait, hold on. You don't know who I am?" He's like, "No." And then, like, that's when Loki notices there's a statue, and it's not of a timekeeper, but it's of a Kang.
Yeah, but then also
Kang.
one kind of thing he jumped over is that like so Owen Wilson character, he was pruned and sent to the void, and he with the help of Sylvia, he goes back to TVA.
I thought you talked about
But then did you guys talk about him going to the master chick and exposing her? Like letting her, how she's actually a fucking variant.
Oh yeah, that's right. They did go into her past. They actually went to where she's a school teacher.
Yeah, she's a principal or some shit.
Yeah, or she's a principal or a teacher. I'm pretty sure. Was she a principal?
I think she was a principal because like there's no teacher has a fucking office with their fucking plaque on the wall, so she definitely was a fucking principal.
Well, teachers have their own office.
But not in high school because this looked like a high school.
Um,
But yeah,
but
so
yeah.
like homegirl, I think her like C42 or something like that.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember her number, but like she lures some guys to this timeline, and she tries to show them that the director is a variant herself. Like all of us are fucking variants, and like, but yeah, the commander of the TVA, she's like, I need to get down to the bottom of this, and she like her and Owen Wilson had a quick little fight scene, and she like overpowered him, which is you kind of saw the shit fucking coming before she dips out, and it's crazy because like you think, okay, the TVA is gonna be all good and dandy, and like Owen Wilson is gonna be kind of like backing up Loki, but when Loki shows up, it's like, who the fuck are you? Are you just should you be down in the mailroom, some shit like that? And you're like, wait, what the fuck is going on? And then like you look around and you just realize everything's fucking different. Like the TVA is completely fucking different. And you're like, what the fuck? And the series just fucking ends.
Yep. And then they give you a little mid-credits after scene saying that there will be a season 2.
You get a stamp.
I'm like, oh, stamp of approval. Season 2 is coming, so we'll learn a lot more. I mean, who knows when season 2 drops? I mean, we'll probably get
10 years from now.
Well, maybe, but we're gonna get more MCU films. There's at least 3 more MCU films before the end of the year.
And we got the What Ifs that are coming out too to Disney Plus.
What If is out in August, but then we're gonna get Shang-Chi in September.
Yeah.
We'll get Eternals, and then No Way Home. All that before December of 2021. So we'll have 3 more MCU films coming.
Have you guys seen some of the trailer? I guess they did it recently, but some of the trailers for What Ifs on Disney Plus.
I've only seen one trailer, but it looked great, and it got a lot of people fucked up because you can hear Chadwick Boseman's voice as T'Challa once again.
Yeah. Well, the one I saw was the one with what's the guy's name? Was Killmonger. So it's a scene where Tony Stark he's in I want to say Iraq, but I don't know what country he's in. He's in
Iraq or Palestine.
So it's the scene where his convoy is fucking attacked, and like he's outside and he sees the fucking missile that says Stark Enterprise on it. Industry. I can't remember what it was, but like it said Stark Industry on air, and then Killmonger he comes up, grabs the fucking missile and he throws it away before Tony is attacked by it. So that right there is just that changes Tony becoming Iron Man based off of the Marvel universe. But there's another one where T'Challa is T'Challa. Sorry,
T'Challa.
Right.
God damn.
Damn, dude, I've never been able to say the fucking name right. Black
Yeah,
Panther.
T'Challa?
T'Challa?
T'Challa.
T'Challa.
There you go.
T'Challa.
Yeah. Not too bad.
The name's too African for me. No. But no, like, I think
Fucking
in the
you're
for
more
him.
African- I almost said you're more African than me. We literally have almost the exact same.
Yeah, that shit was trippy.
Background.
The whole 21 and me. The 21 and me. Yeah, it's just weird.
23 me. Yeah.
That 23 and me.
So,
but yeah,
and
so
Blue
for-
have almost the same background. If you look at like our genetic makeup, it's almost like
Yeah. It's fucking weird. That shit was kind of trippy. We're probably cousins, which makes sense. But anyway, so for T'Challa, Black Panther, he replaced the role of the Gaylord. No, Star Lord. Sorry,
Gaylord.
my bad.
What?
For Star Lord.
Lord Fokker.
So basically, his character is kidnapped by such and such, and he's in space, and he has like the whole T'Challa thing. But then like, there's other things that fucking happen. Like, I think the What If series is gonna be fucking cool. I think they even break down like there's gonna be a zombie thing.
Oh, because there was a Marvel event. Marvel Zombies was a big event. That event won a bunch of awards.
I don't know.
It should be interesting.
I'm super excited about the What Ifs. Like, I want to know because I know because I know with DC there's a whole they're not the What Ifs. So what are they called? They're
It was What If.
No, it's not What If for DC. It's called something else.
For
But
DC,
it's like basically like
sorry.
What If.
For DC,
Yeah,
they have one shots.
is it? It's not what I can't remember what it's called because there's one where Batman gets a Green Lantern ring, or what if Clark landed with the Waynes.
It's not the. Is it Elseworlds?
Elseworld, that's what it was. Yes, it's Elseworld. And those comics, they're fucking great. They're just fun to fucking read and watch all together. But yeah, the whole What If series, I'm super excited about that. Especially since it's going to be animated, and we get that's Chadwick's kind of last Marvel hurrah before we lost them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see a good Marvel animated show. I watched a good amount of them. Some of them are just kind of like whatever. Some of them have put me to sleep.
Well, Marvel TV series were always pretty good. I don't know. Some of the Spider-Man ones are really good. Like all the ones, like the
Ultimate
Ultimate Spider-Man, the '90s version of Spider-Man. Yeah,
Ultimate was okay.
Marvel, the one that was on MTV was really good.
Oh yes, so that was the CGI Spider-Man with that one had Lisa Loeb as Mary Jane. I was like, what the hell? I forgot. There was another famous actor. He was the voice of Peter Parker. I don't remember who the fuck it was.
It was oh shit.
Peter.
Yeah, but I will say that one of the ones that I enjoyed was it's actually on Disney Plus is the Iron Man Armored Adventures. Even though Tony's younger, it still had a pretty good story.
Neil Patrick Harrison was the voice of Peter Parker.
Yes, I knew it. Yeah. NPH was the voice of Peter Parker. There you go. Yeah, I've seen most. I don't think I saw the end, but I saw most of it. But it was pretty good.
It was cut short, which is sad. It was really fucking good. Like it started off kind of slow, but it got really good toward the end. But like it was canceled pretty fucking sadly fast.
There's certain things that I was watching. So I was watching like the Marvel anime stuff. So they had the one with the Technovore. There was Iron Man and the that one was a snooze fest. I was like super falling asleep. And then like the Wolverine or the Hulk versus, I think the one with Wolverine and Hulk wasn't as good as it could have been.
Yeah, that one was a two-part, right? Isn't like
yeah, because there's one with him versus Thor, and then the one with him versus Wolverine.
Yeah,
the one with him versus Wolverine was like a whole lot of like
the Spectacular Spider-Man is actually pretty good. Like, I like how they did it, like the whole because they even got to the point where Doc Ock took over Parker's body.
Oh
like,
yeah,
they took that from the comics, but I really like how they actually kind of played that all together. But the series, I thought the series was really good.
So I was watching some of the new stuff, the stuff that's on there, the Young Avengers stuff. So, because
Yeah.
that one they brought in Chloe Bennett to be the voice of Quake.
Hmm.
So she's team leader of all the new like the young kids. So like you have Patriot, you have Squirrel Girl, Miss Marvel. Um, they recruit Shiri, even though Shiri's older in the MCU. In the show, Shiri's the same. She's like a teenager. And then, Gwen Stacy is part of the team, and America Ferrera, or not America Ferrera, but America Chavez. And there's one more that I can't think of, but they're all like building Bennett's Quake as team leader, and they're like overseen by Captain Marvel. So that was actually okay. They're so on Disney Plus. They're on there. They kind of follow an order. Some of them are short. And a couple of them are like 90-minute movies. So if you want to check those out, they're not too bad. Just saying.
All good. All right. I think we can wrap it up, or
Yeah, we can wrap it. Oh, I got to give a shout out because he's not on the cast, but to Stitch. He recommended Heist to us, and I'm recommending Heist to all of you. It's a docu-series on Netflix. It's about some of the craziest heists that have ever been committed on U.S. soil. And when they say truth is stranger than fiction, holy shit. It is super ridiculous on some of the crazy shit people have done to steal money and like fucking satanic sex magic,
it's all good.
literally. So, yeah, check it out. Heist. It's I think it's in 6 parts. So there you go.
Six-part series. All right. Like I haven't watched Heist yet. I think it's on the list. What am I watching right now?
Yeah.
I think like most of my series are pretty much. I'm listening to like a lot of books. So,
Okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for Last Week Tonight to come back on the air. But I've been
I can tell what
Oh,
I've been catching
They're-
up with Solar Opposites. So
last week
Okay,
tonight.
so-
Oh, are they on break or something? Like summer break?
yeah, they've been on. They go on like random breaks, but they come back this Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been catching up on Solar Opposites. I've been watching Rick and Morty, obviously.
Oh shit! I'm super
Was,
behind on
was
that.
the last
shit.
one the one with the sperm or the one with
Oh yeah, I think the last one was the sperm, which
No.
apparently there's some controversy.
Ah, god damn it! I'm so be. I don't even watch the first episode of the season because I don't have
Yeah,
fucking
same here.
cable.
the sperm one was fucking. People were like mad about it. Like, is Rick and Morty done? I'm like, no, bitch. It was a fucking story about sperm. Like it was.
What?
It was fucking great about how.
So I
Go ahead.
no. Go ahead, Codus.
I was just saying, like how Morty was trying to like cover up that he was having his loins extracted from a horse masturbator. I'm just saying.
Oh.
It was hilarious. And people were like, the people were just like, oh, has Rick and Morty peaked? I'm like, no, bitch, this is still funny.
That's a
If it's not
that's a
funny
whole
to
nother
you,
fucking
then
level.
whatever. And like, yeah,
That's
that
crazy.
shit was so funny to me. And there was like one after that just happened.
Yeah, I heard that there's
Could you-
like a deleted scene or something that they aired that there's some fucking shit. I'm not quite sure what the hell, but I know a lot of people were fucking fucked up over the last episode.
Dude, sorry, this is fucking gross. I'm about to say, but could you imagine being jerked off by a fucking professional horse fucking milker or like oh shit?
Dude. You know that they got skills and technique because you know
Yeah,
they
right.
got trained. They got trained.
No, I don't think that horses give a shit about.
I'm pretty sure they don't.
Like,
But
if you-
as a human,
Watch the vast majority of animals out there when they have sex. It's just like they get to the point really fast.
oh yeah.
So
Real quick,
yeah,
quick,
it's
fast
like,
and
you're
great.
done. It's like us,
I think-
dolphins.
Yeah, I was gonna say dolphins.
Bonobo apes. There's a couple
And
other
turtles.
ones
Or no,
that have
ducks.
Well,
Ducks
yeah,
are fucking
no, not ducks,
rapists.
because ducks are rapists. Yeah,
Excellent.
ducks are rapists. But
God
yeah, there's like
dang.
very few animals on the planet that have sex for pleasure.
Mhm.
It's usually just for reproduction. It's just like, you know, you get done fast as possible, and then that's it.
That's it. Yeah, keep it moving.
So, with this season of Rick and Morty, I've heard rumors that it's all about it's setting up for Evil Morty. Like we're learning the backstory for Evil Morty about like how he came to be, and a lot of people are saying like so if you watch the opening scene where where like Rick and Morty, they're like running away or whatever, and then Rick jumps into the portal, but he leaves Morty behind.
That's
That
Morty.
Morty that he leaves behind is the evil Morty, and for some reason he fucking survived. And his whole existence is to get back at all the fucking Ricks. And we get a little bit of taste of that because he fucking destroys the Citadel of Ricks.
Mhm.
And it basically becomes the Citadel of Mortys.
Well,
He's kind of overtaking
he
it.
actually
He's the
wins
president.
an election.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then also like they're saying that the Rick that we watch is evil Morty's Rick, and he's coming fucking for him. Like his whole goal is to get this Rick to get payback. But then there's also like other rumors that Rick is actually a Morty. He basically a Morty. When Morty becomes an adult and older and stuff like that, he becomes Rick.
That's a theory from like season 1 and 3.
Theory, that's right.
So I've heard these. There's always conspiracy theories all the time.
Mhm.
They're just funny. I'm just gonna wait until Dan Harmon and Justin Roiland put out whatever the fuck they want. And I'm gonna enjoy it. I was gonna say, Cronus, you're not watching as much as you say because you're listening to more books. Is that correct?
Yeah, but what are you talking about?
Well, there's more stuff coming up because we got Star Trek Lower Decks is coming back in like I think 3 weeks. Because
I watched that. Yeah, you know, I watch certain shows, but they're not.
Yeah.
on
But
now.
I'm just saying
So,
to add to your stack, there's more coming because there's also season 4 of Star Trek Discovery is coming.
Yeah,
that was.
I'll watch all that. But
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that too. But I still got to catch up on Rick and Morty. I've been trying to watch it through proper channels, but so far it has not worked out. I have a bad feeling that when the season ends, then it'll be on HBO Max. But I'm like, why don't you just? I guess it's because of Adult Swim. They want you to watch it on their subscription. I'm like, okay, I get it. It's fine, but I have other ways to watch it. Just saying. Put that out there. All right.
Yeah, like I haven't had a chance to watch all of the episodes of Rick and Morty because I know HBO Max do have the series on there, but they don't have the new series.
Yeah, they only have season 4, which is good because before it was hard to watch any Rick and Morty. Like I found it was funny. So this is a way that you can watch it. I'm not saying that it's an illegal thing because it's on a public thing, but Facebook. If you go to Facebook Watch and you type in Rick and Morty, if you can find a live stream, there's live streams that literally air seasons 1 all the way to season 4 into the current thing. They just stay live for like 24 hours or more. They just loop it.
It's episodes that are on HBO Max. Are they uncensored?
Yes, they're uncensored.
Because there's an episode where Rick fucking shows his dick, and I remember I was listening to a podcast
those are censored.
Okay.
When he shows his dick, I just watched this episode. It's the episode where he kept cloning himself in different universes. When he comes out to clone, his dick is pixelated, but the language is not edited.
Okay.
No,
And I don't want to see his fucking dick, but like I was doing in VR. They had Hartman. What's the name? What's the first name?
Hartman?
Is it Kevin?
Phil Hartman?
No. What's the name of the director or actor that does the voice of
the Dan Harmon.
Dan Harmon, sorry. Dan Harmon was on he was doing a VR thing, and he had talked about how that episode where they show like Rick's dick, like they drew Rick's dick to be fucking huge and stuff like that, but they pixelated it for the show. But like he said that on the DVD release that it's not pixelated, so that's why I'm asking like, okay, because HBO has fucking skin. I guess they know they do have Skinemax. So it's that's what Max
HBO.
means.
Yes, HBO and Cinemax because Cinemax shows are on HBO Max.
No, because HBO Max means HBO Max
And Cinemax.
Max from Cinemax. Yeah, but so that's why I was asking that. But like, it was so fucking funny because like he in the VR world. I can't remember what platform I was using that he was in. It might have been I can't remember. But it was so cool because he did the voice of Rick and Morty in the VR world, as he was exploring this fucking environment, and it was probably my favorite experience in VR, hands down, just because he was Rick and Morty, and it was fucking spot on. But what also was cool is that um, inside of this VR world, he could draw, and so he drew fucking Rick, and he actually drew Rick with the fucking dick, and I was like, oh my god, that's so fucking funny.
What we kind of messed up with a few years ago, at Comic-Con, there was their Rick and Morty panel, and we didn't record it. And I was with Cthulhu's Prodigy at the time.
Was
And he
San Diego
just
Comic-Con?
Yeah, we were at the ballpark, and he was there, and I didn't know he did both voices, he sat there. He sat there and did both voices as he's sitting there, because people were asking him questions, and he was just like, "Oh, I can do this," and he would fire off. He would like literally switch on the fly between the two voices, and we didn't record it because he dropped tidbits of what was going to be, I think, then season 3. Yeah, it was season 3 back then. This is my first time going, so we didn't record it, but we recorded the Winona
Herb.
Yeah, Winona Herb. We were and they did a huge panel there, and it was pretty funny. I think it's posted on our site. If not, we'll repost it. I mean, it's a little dated,
Actually,
but still fun.
Yeah, because that was back when it wasn't Vine, but TikTok had like a quick little video service before they kind of wrapped shit up on that one. It wasn't Quickly. What the fuck was it called?
I don't know.
Yeah, because I remember you guys were posting like on this one video service, and it wasn't like YouTube
Oh, we
or
were
Twitter.
posting.
Periscope?
So we were posting on Periscope. Yeah.
Periscope, that's what it was. It was Periscope.
Yeah, Periscope. I guess is still around.
No, Periscope's fucking dead and gone.
I don't know. I see people still using it, so I don't know. I mean, everything else goes live now, but I recorded our. I'm pretty sure it's posted. I'm pretty sure I posted it to either our Facebook page or it's on YouTube. But you can see the old. It's like 2018, I think, or 2017.
No, I think I
panel.
took that video footage and I added it to our. It's probably on our YouTube channel. It's either on YouTube or our Facebook channel.
So it's like an hour.
It's kind of when we. Oh, okay. Maybe I didn't do it then.
It might be. It's like 30. It's like at least 40 something minutes. So I mean, it's probably on there. But yeah. All right.
I do remember it because like you guys were like chatting with each other and this and that. So. Oh yeah. I can't remember. I don't know where it is, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
Well,
I'll see if I can find it.
All right. Let's wrap this on up. So Blue, what you got going on?
Wait, are you asking me or are you a variant? You started breaking up. Wow, Periscope is still the thing. I thought they went under. All right. Because Periscope was, I don't know. I remember jump back in G4. They would use Periscope for doing certain things, but yeah, it's kind of cool. Yes, this weekend coming up. So our little baby Bash is officially 4 months now.
Oh, right.
And there's a thing called sleep regression. Basically means that, it doesn't mean like he's going back to being like a kid again or whatever when it comes, or a toddler or a newborn. Basically what happened is that a baby starts to become more aware of their environment. So like he understands that, basically sleep cycles becomes more like an adult, like with a human. Because with babies, it's like you lay down, you fall asleep, you wake up. But once they become 4 months, basically they go through a sleep cycle. So there's like the REM sleep, and then there's like awake, and then you fall. It's basically like with an adult. When you're sleeping, like literally you'll fall asleep and you'll fall into REM, and you'll slowly come out of that REM sleep, but you're able to fall back into REM sleep, whatever. And babies are basically at that stage at 4 months. So right now, he's having a difficult fucking time going back to sleep, and it's really crazy. So right now we're trying to break down and do sleep training, which is actually been I'm fucking where's some wood at? Because you got to knock on wood when you talk about sleeping with babies. So this is plywood, and that wood's right here. But so far, he's been taking the sleep method that we've been trying with him. So thank God for that. And the sweetness, she's like, thank God for that too, because sadly, like when he wakes up at night, like I mean, I can try to comfort him, but like that kid is like, you know what? Give me some mama cheddar, and I'm good. Mama cheddar is what I call what sweetness breast. I call breastfeeding mama cheddar because you know she's Latin and horchata, mama cheddar. You probably can put it all together.
Horchata?
But yeah, horchata, yeah. But I call her mama cheddar because she's Mexican and breast milk. Anyways,
Okay.
It's great.
starting next Friday, I'm going to be taking my parental leave from work. So I'm going to take 2 months off from work so I can spend time with little Bash. And it's mainly just the sweetest is going to be going back to work. And so I'm going to be kind of taking over because we haven't figured out daycare yet. Just because daycare is fucking ridiculous for an infant. But yeah, we're going to work on the whole infant daycare eventually. But oh shit. There's something I wanted to talk about. I can't remember what the fuck it was. I talked to my godfather today, and my godfather actually has been vaccinated for the COVID virus. I don't know what vaccination he had, but he still got COVID. So folks, you know, even though you're vaccinated, you can still get COVID disease. You can still get the COVID. There's a bunch of variants running out there, so make sure that you do get vaccinated because it lessens the symptoms of it, and it also lessens your ability to spread it. But you know, all of the cases are out right now. A lot of the cases, the rising cases, is of people who aren't vaccinated, and kind of leading back to the BlurCon and how people were like, hey, they kind of store the panel because they didn't show their cards, whatever. Yeah, I think in the South, like, they have, like, the least amount of people being vaccinated, so I can understand why people are fucking mad about that. I mean, I don't understand why people are mad about it. Like,
No, I mean,
you know.
people are going to get mad either way. It's like, do we want to have the, you know, demanding that people have the COVID, like, vaccination card to get into places? Like, that's where it's going to get to. Like, if people continue to not get vaccinated after this point in time, there's going to be a continual push for people to be like, hey, we're not going to allow people that are not vaccinated to be in like these places. And you're going to see it rising more and more. And like when they first said, you know, vaccinated people can do like this and that, but I'm like, but you don't know who's actually vaccinated because there's no federal mandate like that says, do you need to prove your vaccination? Like people are just like, oh well, this is the new thing with the fucking stupid ass people on the right. And I'm not saying that because there's stupid people on the left too. All right, but this particular thing I'm saying is people that are on the right talking about their new thing is it's my HIPAA protection. There's no fucking HIPAA protection. What the? They don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. First of all, tell me the definition of HIPAA. Are you a doctor? No. So your HIPAA violations have nothing to do with the fuck you're talking about. HIPAA has to do with like doctors and healthcare professionals sharing your information with other people. If I ask you, are you vaccinated? It has nothing to do with HIPAA. You can just say, I'm not going to tell you. That's fine. But don't sit there and say that HIPAA protects me. No, the fuck it does not. Does HIPAA protect your kids from going to school when they ask you if your kids are vaccinated? No, the fuck it doesn't. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I was gonna bring up the whole school thing because, like, for your kid to go to school, they require them to have a certain vaccinations.
A whole bunch of vaccinations.
A whole bunch of vaccinations, and like, I don't know, with the whole coronavirus and stuff like that. Like, I have my card, but then, oh god, recently there was a doctor who was arrested because he was giving out fucking fake COVID vaccination cards.
And
there
was a chicken Napa.
Fucking serious? Yeah, it's like, are you fucking serious? Like, dude, you should get I wouldn't say you get life, but you should be in there for a long fucking time. TBH. But yeah, so yeah, this weekend, yeah, baby Bash turned 4 months. Sleep regression. We're going to do a whole sleep training thing. Um, I'm going on vacation, or I was gonna say vacation, but no, it's not gonna be vacation. It's gonna be, I'm gonna be a dad. I'm gonna be a single dad for a while the sweetness is back at work.
No, you're not.
Oh no, definitely not gonna be a single dad. But there's God, there's one thing I was trying to think of. We're trying to think about having him, because right now he has a bassinet in our room. If we should move him to, so with this whole sleep training thing right now, the sweetness and I aren't sleeping in the bedroom because that's where his crib is right now, to kind of get him to
What
get to this whole sleeping stage.
the fuck? Just move him into some. We'll talk about it offline. I don't want to.
Well, no, so
I'm fucking tired. So.
no, yeah, I'm so fucking tired too. But yeah, his room is anyway. So that's it for me.
All right, Cronus, what you got?
Nothing.
Oh, okay.
Straight to the fucking point.
I already said
Yeah,
what I had to
straight to-
say, like, before I had to use the bathroom. I was trying to wrap it up then. Like,
For me, I'm trying to watch the Snake Eyes film
Oh yeah.
sometime this weekend, and friends of mine, they want to see M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong's new movie Old, which is also out this weekend. So I think on Monday and Tuesday of next week, I'm probably going to watch that, and that's pretty much it. So there you go.
alright, check us out.
All right, cool. Take
All
us
right.
out of here, Ninja.
So you just experienced Black and Black times Infinity.
Infinity.
Dankest podcast on the internet. Check us out anywhere and everywhere with B Then BTI. It's BTHANBTI. Anywhere and everywhere you listen to podcasts. Yes, that means iHeartRadio, Spotify, iTunes, all that good shit. Check us out on our official website, benheadproductions.com/BTI. We're also on social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Check us out, BTI.
And he's breaking up again.
Oh, he's a variant.
He is.
We also have a Discord. So email us, let us know you want to get into Discord. We'll send you an invite. Just so you can go on there into the Infinity Vaults.
Alright, we are.